Hi, I'm Mark. Welcome back to Foothill Paint Fabrication. Well, today we're going to take a quick look at my new Eastwood Easy Turn engine stand. We're going to do a quick modification on it. It does fold up for storage, but the problem is it folds flat for storage, so you can roll it underneath something. So that doesn't really work for me. It may work for you, but it doesn't work for me. So we're going to modify this thing a little bit. So let's jump right in here and get this knocked out. Okay, let's take a quick tour of it just in case you guys are interested in buying one. This does have a gear on it, so it won't rotate without you guys cranking on the handle, as you guys can see right there. And if you got a top heavy engine, they can get away from you, especially like inline sixes and stuff. I've got my Pontiac's engine I want to do, and I've got a small block Chevy off the Chevelle that's coming in pretty soon. I had loaned out my engine stand years and years ago, and I can't remember who I'd loaned it to, so I had to buy a new engine stand. So this one's pretty nice. It does fold up. It's got straight casters in the back, and then swivel casters with brakes in the front. The welds all look pretty good. Now, there's another. This is from Eastwood. I got it off Amazon early 2022 for $310. Sunex makes it. It looks identical to this, and there's another one out there. They just powder coat them different colors. So all in all, it looks to be pretty well made. The welds all look decent. It's powder coated, so for $310, I could have got a Harbor Freight one, but I didn't have the rotation feature, which is what I was really looking for. So, and I wanted one that folds up. Problem is, this one folds flat. So let me back the camera away and I'll show you how it folds up. Okay, so this the way this folds up is this leg right here folds forward. Just pull the pin. There's 3 pins. You just kind of park that right there. Pull the other pins, and then you just kind of lay it down so it stores flat like that. And it, roll right underneath the bench or something, but that really isn't working for me. I want it to stand up because it won't take up much room. It, really only be this wide, stood up, and I could just roll it up against the wall and be out of the way when I'm not using it. So the idea here is I plan on trying to put this caster on the end here, stand it up, and then have the 2 back wheels. They stick out just enough so you'll have about, that much clearance from the ground. And that way it'll stand up, only be about, that wide standing up. I can just push it up against the wall. So let me move you in close and show you what my plans are here. Okay, I got it up on the rack so I can stand up and work on it. So the wheels on the end here, they're just straight casters. They don't swivel at all, and they stick out about an inch. So when this thing's standing up, this bar right here is going to be about an inch off the ground at least. So the idea is to have a wheel right here so we can, stand it up on end and then park it up against the wall and not take up much space at all. So what I did was, the inside of this is just about 1.25 inches. So I found I actually had some 1.25 inches laying around. This is 1.25 inches by, looks like 120. So I just took the square tubing, I cut it up, and it slides in here. So what I did was I just put a little leg on it right here. So it's going to slide in like this. And then right here, there's the hole for the pin to pin this thing. So there's a hole already through this whole thing to pin it in the stored position. And then that hole is reused when you stand it up for use. So what I plan on doing is just drilling all the way through, putting a pin in there so this wheel doesn't fall out. And then we're just going to take and put the wheel on here. Now I wanted to push it out far enough this way so it wasn't too tippy, and also we needed clearance so the swivel caster could swivel in all directions without hitting down here. So this looks like it's going to work out pretty good. The dimensions on these parts are, let's see here. The dimension on this one is just about 4 inches. This piece here overall is 2 7/8. So to fit inside this rectangular tubing, it's 2 7/8. And then this piece here is 4 inches. So 4, 4, and then you want 2 7/8 overall, which brings that one, my tape measure is kind of worn out here, 1 5/8. So that's less than a foot of material. So all we have to do now is weld this caster on like that. I'll just weld it there and at the back and finish welding this, drill a hole, and then we can test this thing out and see how it's going to work. Okay, I got it all welded up. I ground these two welds here smooth because it has to slide inside the tube here. Other than that, I just left them. Just kind of tacked it on here so the caster doesn't fall off. Hit it there, a little bit there. This is a caster from Harbor Freight. So it just slides in just like that. The only thing left to do is drill a hole. I think that's a 1/2 inch hole so we can pin this. So I'll just drill a little bit real quick and make sure the pin slides through, and then we'll get this thing on the ground and test it out. Okay, I just have the slit up all the way, and to mark where I need to drill the hole, I'm just going to take a 1/2 inch drill bit and run it in here till it center marks the piece inside. We'll do that from each side, and I'll just take it over to the drill press and drill the hole. Okay, got it all drilled out. Let's see how she fits. This pin will slide through. Yep, a little tight squeeze, but it fits. All right, let's put this thing on the ground and see if this idea is going to work or not. Okay, let's see how it works out. Okay, so it stands up pretty good. It is leaning back a little bit, but the weight distribution is pretty good. So leaning it this way, it feels pretty good. Leaning it towards the caster, it's about the same amount of weight, so it's not very likely to tip over easily. And it does roll pretty good. So I can roll this right up against the wall and store it. And we've got it from the wheel to the head here, I don't know, that's probably 16 inches. So that's a lot better than it was, obviously, laying down. And then all we have to do now is I just have to paint this and then figure out some way of storing the wheel when I'm not using it so I don't lose a thing. But other than that, I think this is going to work out great. So if you've got one of these or something similar, this is it's not a bad idea. All right, let's see how it stows up against my foldable engine hoist here. So that sits up there pretty good. Not too much space taken, so it's an option. I can kind of poke these two together in the corner and not have to worry about them getting in the way. Okay, that just about wraps up this video on making the Eastwood easy turn engine stand a little more easier to store. This was my solution. What's yours? Send me some pics of what you guys got going on. I'd love to see what you guys are doing. I'll post them at the end of the video and showcase them. So the SunX, the Eastwood, I think there's another brand. They're all identical to this. They're just powder coating them a different color, putting their sticker on it, selling it. So really, a foot of 1 1/4 square tubing, a cheap Harbor Freight caster, and an hour of work. And now this thing stores straight up and down, and I can nest it right up against my engine hoist and park them in the corner and not have them in the way. So this worked out really good. Thanks for joining me here at Foothill Paint Fabrication. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't already, and mash that bell icon so you get notification every time I release a new video. We'll see you on the next one.